Hi and welcome to another 1 kit 10 cards, and today I'm playing with the August card kit by SSS Stamp. Just like always, let's take a look on what's included in the kit. I'm starting with the stamp set. You will find 4 different containers for flowers that you can put inside, as well as lots and lots of sentiments. Now in the kit you do get the matching dies, and these are tons of dies. It is going to give you dies to cut out not only the branches and the flowers, the sentiments, as well as the vases and all the containers, the pots and whatnot. You do get a 3D embossing folder, and it's going to give you this lovely flower. I'm going to show you a couple of ways to use it today. A fun product that you do get is a pack of all these embellishments. So these are little icons of different flowers. I absolutely love the style, and I'm going to show you many ways on how you can use those. And you will find that you do get the same image twice. Then there is a pack of these watercolor printed cards. These are great as bases. All you need to do is just color them and then add a sentiment on top. So you do get these lovely designs of flowers and branches. And again, this is watercolor paper. You also get these foam squares, always handy to pop your images on top of your cards. Then some twine. And you do get a couple of pre-folded cards. So these are the standard size cards. You just need to fold them and you have your bases ready. And the variety in this kit is absolutely amazing. You do get 3 crayons by Team Holtz in those 3 colors. I will be using those to color my images. And you do get a brush as well, one that has that barrel that you can fill in with water. Then you do get a full page of watercolor paper, your lollipop, and then, as if these all were not enough, you do get this die set by Team Holtz to put together beautiful flower compositions. As always, today I'm going to share 10 cards, and for the first 5 cards I'm going to show you different ways on how you can use those embellishments. For the first one, I'm just going to place that on top of a golden cardstock just to create a lovely frame. To connect those two, I'm just using foam tape at the back so that I get some dimension. And remember, in the kit we did get this piece of twine, so why not, let's use it on the first card. I'm just going to tie it around, and just because I do have that foam tape at the back, it's going to hold it in place. I'm going to stick that on top of my golden cardstock and then just tie a bow. I decided to go with a green cardstock as my base, but you can go with red or with any other color that you find is on top of that little flower. I want to get that vignette look, so I'm using a darker shade of green to add some inking around the edges, and then I repeated the same thing with brown this time. Now you can leave this card base as it is, or if you want to add some interest, you can definitely go with any of your stencils. Here I'm just using a stencil that is available as an add-on. It is a new set of stencils by SSS Stamp. And I'm going tone on tone with the green that I used for the edges. I don't want this to be very vibrant. I want to keep the background quite subtle, and although you do see the dots a lot at this stage, they are going to dry and be even more paler later on. So let's put the card together. I'm going to place my panel on top of my pre-folded card, then on top my embellishment at the center, and then I do have a sentiment that I created using the stamp set and the dies in the kit. You can finish off the card by adding some splatters. I love them, so that's why I add them, but you can definitely go with gems or pearls, or even add some dots with contour liner. Now, I absolutely love how elegant this card looks, and you can recreate the exact same style with the rest of the little flower images. Just pick up a color for your background and you will end up with gorgeous cards. And here are some close-up photos on the first card for today. For my second card, I'm going to use the 3D embossing folder, and I'm going to partially emboss my card base by placing it in different areas so that I end up embossing only the leaves. I just want to have a subtle background without the flower. So you can see how I rotate it, I run it through my die cutting machine, and if you want to have an even more vibrant background, you can just rub your pigment ink over it. I did use white pigmented ink here. And then for the top, I'm just going to create a little cluster by using two of the flower images, overlapping one on top of the other. I'm going to add a sentiment again from the kit, and you can finish it off by adding gems or splatters just like I did. Very simple card to put together, but it is really special. Now for the next one, I just went through the images and I found three that they do have the same background. So you see here all three of them have kind of a burgundy and brownish background, so they match beautifully together. And if you look, you will find the exact same images one more time. So what I'm going to do is to use the second ones and fuzzy cut the flowers. This is going to give me the opportunity to pop some images on top of what I already have and add some dimension, which I always love for my cards. So just a little bit of fuzzy cutting here, and then I'm going to use the foam squares at the back, and I will stick each flower on top of itself. This is going to give it dimension. It does look flat at the moment since the camera is on top, but in real life it does make a difference. And you can definitely do the same with the leaves if you want to take it a step further. But I didn't really bother fuzzy cutting the leaves, which is something that you can definitely do, especially if you're using only one of those images on top of your card. So at the bottom I do have some space where I can stamp my sentiment. I'm going to add some golden dots with my contour liner, and you can definitely use sequins or gems just to add a special touch on the card, and you can see here some close-up photos. Now with this ephemera you can make tons of cards just by aligning those images differently, and here are some ideas that I'm showing you. Anyway, for this card I went with a burgundy background, and I did leave some space in between those images that I chose to stick down. I did use this die set for my sentiments, but you can definitely use any of the sentiments that are included in the kit. This is just an add-on if you want to check it out. So really quick and simple card, but definitely gorgeous with all those beautiful flowers. And now here is one more idea on how you can align them. I'm using 4 of them in a landscape orientation. You can have them up and down like I have them laying here, or you can have them in a row. So many different ways. You can definitely use those to cover up completely your card base and just have a sentiment on top. I'm going to stick them with glue, but you can definitely go ahead and use foam tape at the back to add some dimension, and then all I have to do is to add a sentiment on top and maybe some embellishments like gems or pearls here and there. Now I'm going to stop with this ephemera pack, and I'm going to share some other ideas using the products included in the kit. So here I'm working on the printed watercolor panel that you get in the kit. I'm just applying some distress oxide ink all over the background. I'm not going to cover it up completely. I leave a little bit of white space on one corner. I'm bringing in a darker shade of color, and for the technique that I'm going to show you today, it is best to go darker. The darker you go, the better this effect is going to show. I'm going to have a little bit of water on my glass mat. I have a paper towel on hand, and then I'm going to use my brush and lift some color from different areas of my panel. I chose to go over the leaves and over some of the petals from the flowers. And then what that does is just applying water over different areas. It lifts color, and you can dab it either with your clean paper towel or just remove it like I'm doing here with my watercolor brush. Now keep in mind that this watercolor brush has a barrel, so you can definitely fill it in with water instead of using it like I'm doing here. But I like to control the amount of water that my brush has, so I prefer it this way. Now, keep in mind, the darker the background, the more this effect is going to show. This is going to be a very clean and simple card, one of the flat ones that I normally don't do, but I absolutely love the design. I find that it is very elegant, so pretty, and just by adding any sentiment, it is the perfect card, perfect quick card for any occasion. You can recreate this look with the other panels, and you can definitely choose any colors that you like for the background. Now, yet another idea is to use the crayons that are included in the kit to color those panels. So I'm just creating a palette here. There are 3 colors included, and I will use water with these crayons to color the areas. Now for each one of those areas I'm going to do a little bit of mixing. So you see here I don't color completely all the leaves with green because I will go back again and mix a little bit of yellow for the tips of the leaves. You can definitely use just one color per area for a flatter look, but if you want to make it look more interesting, you can definitely do some mixing. So for the leaves I'm going with yellow and green, and for the flowers I'm going with orange and yellow. Again, this is going to be a flat card. I'm not going to do anything extra on top of that. I'm going to stamp the sentiment at the center of the blank space there, and then I'm going to finish it off by adding some splattering just because I love it. I do have all those black designs at the back, so I thought that using the black splattering medium would be perfect. Notice that I always like to add the first blobs of splatters on a scrap piece of paper or somewhere else, and then I know that it's going to add only fine droplets, and that's what I'm going for. So here are some close-up photos on this card. And for the next one, let's play with the images from the stamp set. After all, we do have the matching dies for all of these. So I'm going to stamp one of the vases, and I want to have some branches to add on top, inside. So I am going to choose which ones I want. I'm going to stamp those separately so that I can later use the die to cut them out, but I really want to have a stem for each one of those branches stamped inside my vase. So that's what I'm going to do. The top I'm going to cut it off with that vase die, so it doesn't really matter. So here is one more branch. I'm going to stamp it separately, and then in order to have that stem inside my vase, I'm going to stamp it one more time. Now for all those images, I'm going to use the matching dies that are included in the kit, and I will use my alcohol markers to color everything. That's why I stamped all of those images with dye ink. So here are the matching dies, and you can see how this vase die is going to chop off any branches at this stage, but I do have them separately. So I colored really quickly all the flowers and the leaves. I'm chopping off the stem, and that's how I'm going to stick everything to create my little embellishment. And then I will use foam squares at the back of this and use it as my focal point. So I'm working on my card base here, and I did cut out frame for my panel just to make it look more interesting. I do have foam squares at the back of this panel, and this is just 2 rectangle dies that I had one inside the other to create this frame. Super quick and simple. I am going to place at the center my little embellishment, and you can have even 3 or more vases with branches for this card design, and you have enough space underneath to stamp or stick a sentiment. You can definitely stop here. Now this looks too clean for me, so I just have to add some white splatters, and here are some close-up photos. For my next card, I'm going to play with the dies from the Team Holtz and Sizzix die set that was included in the kit. I didn't show you how I cut out and put together everything because it would take this video forever, but all I did here was to use different colored cardstock to cut out all the pieces and put one on top of the other. I didn't do any ink blending or anything else or coloring. This is just cardstock. And to tell you the truth, I did use cardstock that we got from the previous kit last month. by Simon Says stamp. So for this composition, some of the images have foam squares at the back, and the big leaves, for example, have glue at the back, so I have different layers and dimensions, and I think that it looks stunning. I also love that I went with the grey background instead of white. I think it really complements the colors and help everything really pop. And now for the last card for today, I'm going to show you a different way on how you can use this 3D embossing folder. So what I'm going to do is to use different scraps of paper for the flower and the leaves. I just embossed all those pieces, and now I'm going to use a file and just sand off the top. You can use a sanding block for that. This is going to bring all the details into life, and you can definitely just swipe your white pigmenting over that, but the pigmenting is going to always give you a more messy look. This is cleaner, I believe. So once that's done, and you can see how beautiful it brings everything to life. Anyway, once that's done, I'm just going to use my scissors and fuzzy cut around those leaves and the flowers. This way I will be able to put together on top of my card my very own flower composition. And also keep in mind that you can definitely introduce some inking on this card, where both of the flowers and the leaves are going to look even more stunning than just having the embossed detail on top of them. So I do have a panel which I decided to stick on top of my card base, a little bit offset, just to add some extra interest. And then on top of that, I'm just going to stick the flower and the petals. Add a sentiment and you are good to go. For all those images, I just use foam squares at the back just to add some dimension, and you can see here some close-up photos on this card. So these were all the cards for today. Down below in the description you can find, just like always, links on everything that I used. I hope that you had fun today, that you got inspired. Keep in mind that these days I don't post as much because I'm on a summer break, but I still have a couple more YouTube videos pre-scheduled for you. I hope you're all having a wonderful summer, and I'll see you all next time.